Hi, so I'm back here. I am with my ISTP.
INTP.
INTP?
Yes.
Oh, INTP. Gosh, I wasn't ready for that personality. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, I was researching some more on personality types, and I found this really great page. Because when you look at personality types, pages can be very, very repetitive. And so I found a page that was not very repetitive. So, let's look at the... And when it gave a description, I said, wow, that's totally him. So, let's discuss that. That's yours, right? The INTP?
Yeah.
INTP. Let's pull out my favorite book. My book. Just kidding. Quiet, reflective, impersonal, easygoing.
Seems like it.
See, that's the NT part, the impersonalness. Is actually more the T part, but yeah, NT part. So, do you agree with that?
Yes.
Do you want to talk anything about that?
No.
Why? Because you're quiet? Just kidding. Alright. Desire privacy may be mistaken for unsociable and arrogant. What's his family's number one complaint about you?
I don't know.
The number one complaint is we feel like he doesn't want to be part of the family. He's always wanting to be alone, doing his own thing, and he never wants to engage in family things. And so, yeah, his ENTJ brother is very, very mad at him. Deep thinkers. My mother was doing emergency preparedness, and this is her favorite sounding board. He's a very deep thinker. True intellectuals. Sometimes you get a little beyond intellectual, get a little crazy. Just kidding. Like when you're discussing in the kitchen with me and Dad about our little stalking adventure we're about to go on. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Got a little off track with that. No, I'm just kidding. No, but he joins in any conversation with deep intellect. He's able to see into details that nobody else can see. And that's one of the reasons why my mom uses him in emergency preparedness as a sounding board, because he will come back with something very good. Visionary and poses great potential for concentrating. Since I bought you the 3D pen, you've done really good at sitting down and just concentrating and creating things.
Yeah. I usually space off while I'm doing it, and I don't even know how long I've been doing it.
You daydreamer, you. Just kidding. Analytical is a process of pleasure. You find it pleasure to be analytical, to analyze everything, brings you great pleasure. Good feeling, good warm feeling there.
Yeah.
Why does it bring you? What kind of stuff do you feel when you're analytical? Start analyzing stuff? And when you're talking to us, you start analyzing stuff?
Well, just makes me happy that I know how things...
That's the
work out.
intuition part. Intuition people like to take things apart and put them back together, just to see how they work. Deep intuitive people. Now, this is an interesting one. What you can do you expect others to be able to do it? Do you have the expectation, if I can do it, why can't you?
Sometimes. Not usually.
You don't understand that not everybody can do it? Because one of the things it says is what they can do, they expect others to be able to do.
Yeah.
Like to master knowledge in their interests. What are your interests that you're trying to master right now?
Basically just engineering.
And what's your school going to provide you with?
Knowledge.
No, I'm just teasing. You're going into pre-engineering next year. Robotics and pre-engineering classes, right?
Yeah.
Think that's going to be awesome?
I don't know.
How'd you get into robotics and pre-engineering?
Well, talk about that.
Fear of failure and insecure. Do you feel me failing? I noticed that when me and Dad get after you something, you make sure that the next time you never. And I tell Dad you can't get after him for what he just did because you yelled at him for this last time, so he corrected it, and now you're yelling at him for the way he corrected it. I know when you make a mistake, you do correct it very quickly and try and never do it again. Do you like to debate points and find points?
I find it very fun.
You like to argue. Oh, I mean debate. Debate is a structured argument. Is that where you're going to argue right now?
Yes.
Have a tendency to correct others. Is that what you're just trying to do? You try to correct me.
I also find that fun.
Don't correct your mother. Just kidding. Let's see. So basically, that's some of the new stuff. And so definitely, when I saw this website and I kind of analyzed all that whole list of things, I really thought, Chris definitely is that INTP. He does all of those things, and it does explain why he does not want to be with the family and does not want to join in things we do. That's not a total excuse, so you still have to hang out with your family. What are you going to do when you get married and have kids?
I don't know.
You going to engage in your own thing and let them terrorize the house?
Sure.
Anything else you want to say to any other INTPs out there? Go ahead. You have your minute. Here's your 60 seconds of fame.
Try to avoid correcting other people. Doesn't turn out well.
Well, it depends. Sheldon Cooper corrects everybody. It's comical. I'm just kidding. Why doesn't it work?
Well, it makes a lot of people mad.
Yeah. You know how many times I make people mad when I tell them their personality types?
Too many.
They don't like to hear about themselves, especially when you bust out with the negative. But I bust out with the negative about an ESFJ. I'm not perfect. I have my problems, just ask my INTJ. He'll tell you our relationship is stressful. I stress him out like no other. With that strong SF type. Basically, this is where you kind of got to grow a little bit of a thick skin. Well, now you gotta learn from Dad. See, Dad's an INTJ. Have you noticed that Dad can tell anybody anything, and they just look at him and say okay, and they still love him. If I tell them the same thing that Dad told him, they call me some choice words, and they never want to speak to me again. What's that term called? It's called being not assertive. The opposite of assertive. What's that word? I'm more assertive when people yell at me. Dad does it in a way that
Pushover?
No. There's a word for it. It's the opposite of assertive. I just can't think of the word right now. But Dad has that personality type about him where he could tell anybody anything, and they're just like, okay, I'll change. Oh, okay, you're right. So I think that's what, as an INTP, if you want to be able to correct other people and not upset people, you might have to, because there's aggressive, passive-aggressive. Is it assertive? I'm going to have to look that up. Because I'm passive-aggressive, very passive-aggressive. I actually take pride in my passive-aggressiveness. It's actually kind of fun to get people back and be like, oh, you don't every day. But I do. So I actually enjoy being passive-aggressive. Passive-aggressive. Go ahead and, if you want to talk, I can look that up real quick. Were you just letting my video roll? Just kidding.
Yep. It's going that way.
Oh, okay. It's fun. Okay. We got too many electronics. It's a good thing. So, communication styles is what they're called. I guess I was right on saying assertive. I said it was the opposite of assertive, but I thought I had a different word tack to it. But there's passive, assertive, and aggressive types. And assertive would be the type of person that knows how to just talk to people, that you can say some of the meanest things in the calmest way, and they still love you. So the passive people are compliant, submissive, talks little, vague, non-committal, communication, puts self down, praises others. That's me. Assertive people, actions and expressions fit with words spoken, firm but polite and clear message, respectful of self and others. And aggressive people are sarcastic, harsh, always right, superior, know-it-all, interrupts, talks over others, critical, put down, patronizing, disrespectful of others. So that's your communication. That's communication style. So if you want to develop that assertiveness. So anybody got any comments on how INTPs can develop that assertiveness? That would be great. Is there any INTPs out there that are very assertive, that can correct others, yet still have them hugging them by the end of the evening? I don't think I'll ever drop my passive style, though. I kind of like it. I'm the kind of person, because I've grown into the kind of person, I think I'm somewhere between passive and somewhere between aggressive, because I'm not quite aggressive, but I'm not quite as submissive as I used to be, and as a people pleaser as I used to be, but I'm not fully aggressive, because I am far from being sarcastic, quick-witted, and all that stuff. Sometimes I wish I just could be that and just get people off my back even faster. But I think you have to push too many buttons on me, and then I become extremely aggressive in that manner, and I'll just tell you like it is, what I think it is. So, anyways, that's my INTP. That's going over further of what an INTP is, and hope you guys have some comments more about INTPs and how you can develop that assertiveness so that he can, I haven't learned about communication styles in a long time. That was a good brush up on it, though. See, every time you study psychology or study whatever it is on a daily basis, you find out, you refresh things you used to know, and you find out things, and so it's kind of neat, and that's what I like about school, too, is because it keeps me sharp and brushed up on everything that's going on. So, yeah. All right. You can go back to your Minecraft. Keep building your stuff. Just keep seeing you put down pieces of the ground and tearing it back up. What are you building over there?
Automatic farm.
Nice. Alright, thanks for watching. INTPs. Comment. Thanks.